guys, Jeff Cavalier, ATHLEAN-X.com. Let's talk about how to get bigger biceps by understanding what this glove has to do with it. And no, it has nothing to do with actually putting it on your hand. It's about understanding how this relates to the different types of contraction, understanding those contractions, and more importantly, implementing them into your workouts so that you can get the most out of them. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it on a bicep exercise in 1 minute. First of all, the types of contractions that we have. If you guys have been training for any length of time, you understand there are concentric contractions, isometric contractions, and eccentric contractions. Well, ideally, you don't want to just understand the difference, you want to implement them, like I said, into your workouts. The isometric contraction, we know that's just when we have force-generated tension in the muscle, but without movement at the joint. Secondly, we have the concentric contraction. That's the one we're all familiar with, where we actually shorten the muscle as we move through the range of motion. Okay, so you're shortening as you're contracting and generating tension in the muscle. And then an eccentric contraction is tension in a muscle with lengthening, because the exterior load is greater than the force that we can generate in the muscle, so we have an elongation of that joint. Now, here's the deal. I have this glove here to sort of show you why there's differences in your strength levels in each one of these. This here is going to represent sort of our shortening, our concentric contraction. And the amount of force that we can generate is really equal to the amount of force and the recruitment abilities we have of our body to be able to shorten that muscle. Right? The amount of muscle fiber engagement we can generate to shorten that muscle. There's a good amount of force there for sure. But what happens when we start to get into an isometric and eccentric version of this is we get help, mechanical help from the muscle itself and how it's structured and the cross bridges form. So when we look at a piece of Velcro, if we put this on top now, this is an isometric contraction. We have the help of the cross bridges being formed to allow us to actually hook on and stay in that position. Our isometric strength is therefore about 20% stronger than it is our concentric strength. Eccentrically, if I actually tried to start grabbing this and pulling it, it's really hard, but of course I can pull it that way. But if I try to drag it across there, it's really hard, and I'm a lot stronger there. And we are, in real life, 40% stronger eccentrically than we are concentrically, because we have that friction generated by the cross bridges. So what does that all mean for us here? It means if you want to take a set to true failure and promote muscle gains in your biceps, you're going to want to go through concentric failure first, isometric failure second, eccentric failure third. You do it right here very simply. We get up here, we set up for a cable curl. Okay? The cable curl is our arms are up high. Again, we can promote shoulder flexion by having our arms elevated, which is part of a bicep contraction. So we're here, we're going to pull in, okay, and we're going to work to concentric failure. Keeping those elbows high. Until I can't really execute another good rep. Now, right into our isometric failure. So we can bump up the weight just a little bit more because we're a little bit stronger there. We're going to flex, generate tension, walk back, and hold them up now. And we just hold it there isometrically. Again, this is a heavier weight, and even though I went to failure, concentrically, I still can maintain a contraction here for not much longer. Okay, now, isometric down. Now, eccentric. We bump up the weight even more. Again, already to failure twice. Get back in here, flex them at 90 degrees here, walk it back, and it's pulling me out. Come in, there, walk it back, and it lengthens. Here, you can even lean back and down. Set it up. Couple more. One more. really can't decelerate that anymore. Now, for any of you that say, well, I don't have a big machine to do that with, all you gotta do is hook up your bands. Again, single them up, work on them through here for your first ones, and then if you have to go through the isometric, for the eccentric, just double them up so you have extra tension. All right, guys, it could take you about 2.5 minutes to do one of these sets, and theoretically, some would say you've gone to concentric failure, you've gone to isometric failure, you've gone to eccentric failure. What else is left? Not much. Do it a few times. I guarantee if you haven't trained all three in the same workout, you're certainly going to be sore, you're going to certainly feel it for a few days afterwards, and most likely you're going to start to see gains by doing that. Guys, start putting muscle science and physiology back to work for you so you can get better gains in a shorter period of time. It's about doing more work, doing more effort, and getting better results. ATHLEAN-X is a program that puts all this into one step-by-step plan. I say, guys, you've seen me say it before, some days not a day of the week, okay? Get started, there's no better day than now. Head to ATHLEAN-X.com, start putting science back in your strength and see what it can do for you. Guys, if you found this video helpful, make sure you leave a thumbs up below and I'll bring more of them to you. See you guys back here soon.